Okay, as you guys may have known, you know a little bit from, me moving from Colorado to California, and you may have seen my, younger videos of when I was in high school, walking around and walking home. But I think it's about time that I start talking about what happened to me when I was a kid. Now, a lot of people don't share their pasts. I'm gonna turn that off. I just turned the phone on after some time. This is my old phone. Oh my gosh. It's bad. It keeps going off. But a lot of you, I don't know. Let's turn down ringtone and everything. A lot of you know that I have told about how my past was horrible, I don't want to talk about it. Well, I think it's about time that I actually tell about my story. I was born in Olathe, Kansas around 7 a.m. and about between the ages of when I was born to about 5 years old, I was a happy little child. Nothing wrong, nothing horrible. All happy-go-lucky. Pretended I was a princess in the high castles. Well, that was when I started to notice what my father was doing. When I turned 6, my father abused me in 2 ways. 6-year-old girl, didn't know any better. One was sexually and one was physically. Now, my dad did go to jail after a whole year of doing this to me. And I, still as a little girl, I didn't know what was going on. My little brother, who I think of as a hero, he saw what was going down and saved me. Mom was too busy in the kitchen or too busy with her Avon sales to see what was going on. But my little brother saved me. He went to jail. His dad went to jail for about 7 years. Personally, I didn't think it's not long enough. After about a couple of weeks of my dad being in jail, I went to foster care. I got taken away from my mom, from the police. Went to foster care for a year. Every 4 months, I go to a new foster care family, and this is a 7.5-year-old girl. Nobody to rely on, nobody to talk to, no counselor to talk to, so I had very high abandonment issues. Very high, let's just say, child abandonment issues. Of course, as a little girl, I still didn't know what had happened or what was going on. After a year of doing that, my grandma, who lived in Kansas, she took me into custody. And this was the happiest 3 years of my life, She took me and my brother in. treated us like we were her own little kids. And it made me so happy to know that she was just there. It's been years, those 3 years, going on in the fields, playing, pretending. And I guess I loved it. I loved it a lot. I was a country girl. I was a natural-born country girl, and I really loved it. But after 3 years, she couldn't take care of us anymore. She was too old to take care of us. So a couple named Heath and Sarah came to pick my brother and I up. For the next 6 years, I had to clean the house. You know, you've heard this part where I lived in Colorado, basically their slave. Cleaning, working my butt off, going to school, getting good grades, all of that. And so, for the past, I don't know, 18 years, I didn't have anyone to look up at. I didn't have anyone to rely on. And this is the part where, as a 9-year-old little girl, before I moved to Colorado, I had imaginary friends. I relied on them to make me happy. I still have them. Even after I moved to Colorado, I still had those imaginary friends. Throughout my childhood, I didn't make a lot of friends. But that didn't stop me from being cheerful and happy, even though I knew what was going on after I turned a teenager. I knew what had happened and what had taken place. But I was still cheerful and tried my best to be the happy girl that I should have been. I sometimes do act like a child, and I sometimes do act like I'm a little princess in a castle that I never got to pretend to be. Now, in my childhood, I didn't have any friends either. I was basically the loser and the loner. But I had my imaginary friends. And I guess that kept me strong. Now, what I'm about to tell you is true. And I hope you guys believe everything that I've said so far. I've wanted you guys to know for a long time. Through the 6 years of living with Heath and Sarah, they've tried to find me a counselor, tried to find me a therapist that could deal with everything that I had gone through. None of them worked. None of them helped me. Most of them were one of those that just had a, "Oh, okay, let's get this over with" type of language. They didn't really care what they were doing. And then for the last 2 years of high school, I didn't get much sleep on nights. My mom was a drunk who got drunk every night, and you guys have probably already know that. She was a smoker, so I'd lay awake until about 2 a.m. before I fell asleep, because I didn't trust Heath or Sarah. I didn't trust them at all because they told me to grow up. They told me to move on. They told me to get rid of my imaginary friends. Of course, I didn't listen. I was strong like that. I didn't want to lose everything that I believed in. And whenever I'd stay up until about 2 a.m. every school night, I'd have to wake up at 5 a.m, about 5:55. So I get about 2 or 3 hours of sleep. And that went on for 2 years. Finally, at the last half of my last high school year, last half of it, I met Anna. And let me tell you, she was the best therapist I've ever met. Every time I'd come into her house, she'd say, "Are you hungry? Hey, what's up? Give me a hug," you know? She had that vibe where she loved what she was doing. After high school, I moved out of the house. I moved out of Heath and Sarah's because I didn't want any more of that. So I moved to my friend Ricky's. Hold on a sec. Okay, sorry about that. I picked a song. I was wondering, what song do I choose? But anyway, I moved out and moved into Ricky, and this is the part where it's just sad. It tears you apart when you trust someone and they just stab you in the heart. Well, throughout the 6 years that I lived with Heath and Sarah, I had people who wanted to basically get in my pants. And let me tell you, from a little girl that had gone through something like that, and now I'm a teenager going through it. And then I move into Ricky's house, and his father tried to get into my pants. And it's shocking that so many people had wanted to hurt me in that way. But I stayed strong despite all of that. I wanted to prove to people that no matter what they go through, no matter what happens to you, you gotta be strong. And if you are strong throughout everything, you'll be happy in the end. Look where I'm at now. I'm in California, living with 2 parents who love me for me, who support me, who protect me, who will do anything to make me happy. I wouldn't have this phone. I wouldn't have that tower. I wouldn't have my laptop. Well, the laptop was from Colorado, but I wouldn't have that tower to play Wizards 101 again. These people have brought me into their home, protected me, done everything they could to make me happy. Because I stayed strong. Because I walked through everything. I lived through it. I managed to stay smiling. You know what my dad said? After a whole year of being here. Yeah, I've been here for a whole year. My dad said, "You've come a long way from where you were. You've shown so much strength from where you were. You've powered through everything. Look how happy you are from where you were. I was an emotional wreck when they picked me up. But look at me now. I'm smiling more. I'm more vibrant than when I lived in Colorado. No matter what I went through, I stayed strong. Because I knew that the future ahead of me was bright. I knew that the future ahead of me was going to be good. So no matter what you're going through, and no matter what has happened to you, stay strong. Stay strong like I have. Stay strong and never give up. Because there is one person who still loves you for you, no matter what you do. Now don't go cussing at him. That'll hurt him a lot, and you won't get his trust back. But he loves you, and he forgives everything that you've done, and forgives everything that I've done, or may have done. And that's Jesus. That's the Lord. Look where I'm at. I'm at where I'm at because of him. As well as being strong too. I'm at where I'm at because he wanted me to be happy. Despite everything that has happened to me. So stay strong, my YouTubers. I wanted you guys to know everything. Now some YouTubers want happy-go-cheery type YouTube videos, right? I'm not gonna be like that. Every emotion you see on my face is the real emotion. My grandma is still alive. She still lives in Kansas. And I hope to see her again one day. Because I miss her. Every year I try and see her at Christmas. But Heath and Sarah would never let me, Anthony, or her alone. I couldn't talk to her alone without Heath and Sarah being in the room. And 1 year after it had been that I had moved to Colorado. Hold on a second. After being a year of me living with Heath and Sarah, we had visited Kansas. And Grandma, she saw the expressions on our face. We were crying. Anthony and I, we were crying like little babies. Because of the place we were in. And my grandma so badly wanted to take us back. She should have. She regrets it every day. But I tell her it's okay. I'm in a better place. I'm at a better house. I'm at a better people. I try and go to church every Sunday because it helps me. It helps me get closer to the Lord. Every day is an adventure. And every day, you gotta stay strong and be strong. I'm sorry for the long wait of uploads. But I was actually waiting and contemplating of when I should upload this video. Of when I should tell you guys everything. I finally had the courage today to tell you what had happened in my life. And despite all of that, I'm strong today. I'm not therapist Anna, I still talk to her. I rely on her a lot too. Stay strong, my YouTubers. And I love all of you. That is a true and very, very true fact. I hope the music helped a little bit. I thought of an idea. I was like, wait, what type of music do I want to play? And then I thought, somewhat sad songs. But look at where I am at. I'm smiling, happy. I hope to see you guys in the next video. I wanted to upload this video before the rest of them. Right now, it is 2:54 p.m. But by the time you get this, it'll be about, I don't know, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. my time. But that's okay. I hope you guys learned from this. That despite everything, you can be strong too. Now let's play a playful song. A cheerful one. inspirational. I'd love to hear it again, but you guys don't have to, of course. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.